Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is part 3 of our Valentine print tutorials. So in the first one, I showed you guys how to create an offset repeat pattern in Procreate, and we created this pattern. In the second tutorial, I showed you how to create the background texture that is also seamless and can be repeated. And in this video, we are going to change the background color in a couple different dye lots and then create this document so that we can display our artwork together, so we can display the different pattern collections. Alrighty, those part 1 and part 2 will be linked in the video description if you need to go back and find those first. Okay, so if you followed along and you have the same artwork that we created earlier, you can open up that document, or you can just use the same method in any pattern that you have. So we're going to open up the document we've been working on. So this is where we ended last time. So I'm going to actually turn that off and go back to this, like this size of an image. Okay, so the beauty of having our overlay on its own layer and not necessarily part of the background is it makes it super easy to manipulate the colors. So all we have to do is we can just duplicate our pink layer, and then we can make any other color background. So I'm going to make a blue one. So I'll just grab it, this like turquoisey blue, and fill it into that background color. So now I've got a pink one and a blue one. We'll create a new one, a new layer, and I will fill this one with purple. And now I can save all of these independently. So first we'll save the purple. So we'll go to the wrench, hit share, and then we're going to save this as a JPEG. And if you want to save it to your camera roll, you can, or you can save it to a file. I'm going to save it to a file so that we can have everything in its own folder. So I'll hit save to files, and then I'm going to create a new folder so I'm on my iPad. I'm going to create a new folder, and we'll call this Valentine's pattern. Okay. And then, I actually put it inside of a folder, but that's all right. And then we will save it there. Okay. So now we need to save it in the turquoise. So we'll open our layers. We will just turn off the purple. So now the turquoise is visible, and then save that one. So hit the wrench, share, JPEG. We're going to save to files, find my same folder, and hit save. And since I didn't really rename them, it just says untitled, we're going to keep both. Okay, and then the same for the pink. So we're going to turn off our blue. So now we have a pink background, and we are going to share the JPEG and save the image. Save to files, and save it under Valentine pattern. And then keep both. All right, so now we're going to create a new document. So go back to your gallery, and we are going to hit this little plus button. I'm just going to use the same size that I was using to create the rest of them, which is 3000 by 3000 pixels at 400 dpi, but it really doesn't matter what size you use as long as it's square. Most likely you're never going to print this, so it doesn't even matter, just a square document. Okay, so we want to have like 3 quadrants. So we're going to use the drawing guide for this. So we will hit our little arrow or our wrench right here and go to canvas, and then turn on where it says drawing guide. And then it gives us this grid. So we're going to edit the drawing guide. And then on the grid size, we are going to drag this up until it's bigger and then slide it over. We want to make it so that we have, so I'm going to go down a little bit, I went too big. we want 3, we want it into thirds. So you kind of got to fiddle with it. You could also type in the number, but I usually just do this. I don't have to do any math. Okay, that's close enough. Hit done. Okay, so now we are going to just grab a gray color, and we are going to grab this, like, looks like kind of like an S, and we are going to hit the rectangle. So we are going to select this first rectangle. So we'll just kind of go like this and select it and line up right with that. And then we will click on our layer and then hit fill layer. And that'll fill that entire thing with gray. And now we are going to make a new layer. And then we want this one below it, because this will be on top and the other one will be below it. So we're going to bring that one down below this first layer and then do it again. So we will draw a triangle or a rectangle with the little S. And this time we're going to go to this second line like that. And then select and hit fill layer. Okay. And then we can do one more. And this back one, we will just drag in and fill the whole thing. So now we have like a small one, a medium, and a large one. All right. So the way I set this up, because I think I did it backwards and I did my last one. So I'll have this one will be above, below, below. If you wanted this one to be above, below, below, you would just have to move like this one over to this side. If you wanted to, you could do it like that and move this side to that side. So I think that's how I had it in my description. So that's what we'll do. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now we're going to actually make like a shadow layer. So we're going to duplicate each of those layers. So we have 2 of the square, 2 of the little bit smaller one, and 2 of the very small one. And then take the layer, so we'll start on this one. So the layer that's below it, we're going to grab black so that we can kind of see what we're doing and fill it in so it's right there. And then we'll do this one and we'll fill that one into the middle quadrant. And then the bottom one, you actually won't even have a shadow, so we actually don't need 2 of those, just 1. Okay, now we are going to make these like a shadow. So we'll take our black layer, hit the little magic wand and hit Gaussian blur layer and slide it to about, so you can start to see it come out right here. And depending how much shadow you want, I'll probably go up to about, oh, that looks about good to be. So we'll do about 20%. And then we'll take the other black layer and hit this magic wand, Gaussian blur layer, drag your pen across and go to about 20% again. So that is right there. All right. At this point, I would highly suggest, well, this is what we'll do. We'll just come out, go back out to your gallery. And I suggest that we save this document. That way you can reuse it every time you want to display some patterns. You don't have to remake it every time. So we're going to swipe and hit duplicate on this. And then open up the second duplicated version. And we can turn off the drawing guide at this point too. So the wrench drawing guide, you can just turn that off. Okay, so now it's super easy. So the bottom layer, we'll pick a fabric or one of our textures. So we're gonna click on layer number, layer 3 right here, which is our big gray square. Hit the wrench, hit add, and hit insert a photo. And actually I put in a file. So insert a file. And then on my iPad, I'm looking for the folder that says Valentine's patterns. So here we go. So we'll put the pink in first. and it's right on top of that. Okay, so now we're going to click our next layer up. So this layer 2, the gray one, not the shadow one. Click on that, hit your wrench, add, insert a file, and this time we'll do the turquoise. And then we're going to click on that image and hit clipping mask, and that'll clip it to this size right there. And then we'll do the same thing on top of this one. So we'll grab that layer, hit insert a file, grab the purple, and then click on that layer on that image and hit clipping mask. And there you have it all displayed. And if you want to, I like to add a layer above it and put my logo or do a watermark or something on it. And that is usually a great idea. So sign your work, and there we go. I hope you enjoyed these series of tutorials, and if you haven't already heard, we are doing a pretty pattern challenge on Instagram, me and my friend over at My McDoodles. So we would love it if you would come make some pretty patterns with us in the month of February of 2021. So in case this video is old, but February of 2021, join us on Instagram for our pretty pattern challenge with lots of fun prompts. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.